So I'd like to welcome Sinead Campion today because Sinead and I have known each other for a very long time. We met each other in Tom Price when I used to live up there, and gorgeous Sinead and her family still live in Tom Price in Western Australia. So welcome, my gorgeous, gorgeous friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back, Lisa.
Always, always love it. So, Sinead, you know how much I've wanted a Thermomix for, oh my God, how long?
Years.
10 years at least, 10 years at least, hey? And never knew if it was going to be the right time or financially, just making sure that it was going to be, the right decision. And now that utilising the Metabolic Balance program for how many years now, I just went, okay, Sinead, messaged you. I went, honey, is this a good time to purchase a Thermomix? Having no idea what specials were on. So, what was your response to that? Because, hey, look at me. I chose the best time to do it. And I'm so grateful. And yes, I did purchase one. And I'm so excited. So, what was it? What offer did I get? My gorgeous. Tell me more about the offer.
I'm a firm believer of doing stuff when the time is right. And we've spoken about it and probably ramped up speaking about this a lot more in the last 12 months. And the timing just wasn't right for you. And then you messaged me and said, look, I want to do it. Is there any specials? And I was like, oh my, there is the best special because we are running out with the current model, the TM6, which I absolutely love, because there's a new TM7 coming in at the second half of the year. So our pre-sales have already started for that. But the TM6 offer at the moment is amazing. And I was like, you're going to get this, and this. So it's over $1,000 worth of free bits and pieces, free accessories. So I was like, Lisa, this is it. Definitely, this is it. So you managed to get your Thermomix, and the glider board, which that retails at $149. 12 months extra of Cookie Do, which is the amazing sister app that works and makes it links in with your Thermomix, and it gives you access to over 100,000 different recipes, and you can go in and make your own recipes, you can edit recipes, you can put in your favorite nana's recipe, all those things in there. You've got also the cutter, which turns your Thermomix into a food processor. Now, me and food processors are not friends normally because I hate cleaning them, but this is super easy. It's really easy. It's literally like a little bucket that sits in your Thermomix, and you rinse it out and clean it afterwards, and it's way easier. So great for slicing and grating, and especially if you like potato gratin or potato bake. You get an extra bowl and blade set as well, which this retails at $3.95. And when I bought my machine, I was able to buy one of these, I think, for $49. And I thought that was an amazing offer, the fact that I could get that. So this is in addition to the other things. You also got as well a bowl, a blade cover and peeler. So that's great for peeling your root vegetables and special potatoes, and great for making them like a little bit chibbly for your own roast potatoes. And another item, the spiralizer, which just came out for general sale a few weeks ago, which you can make your zoodles, which is fantastic for the metabolic balance meal plans as well. So you can make your zoodles, so you feel like you're having pasta, but you're actually having beautiful vegetables, nice nourishing vegetables, and actually will spiralize your vegetables as well. So you can jazz up your plate and make it a little bit more fun. So yeah, Lisa, you definitely got the best offer you could possibly imagine. So yeah, it was fantastic. Great timing for you.
It was perfect timing, and I love it. And I love that your patience, because obviously you knew I was getting one. It just was a matter of time. So that's
Absolutely.
where I'll just say I'm a little bit addicted to my Thermomix. Okay. And look, I'm a pretty good cook. I've been trained in that industry back in the day, 100 years ago. And it's just taken it up to another level. Like, you can't do it wrong. That's what I love. It can't be wrong. Like it's like literally, as we just said off, off screen per se, it's like having your own master chef in house, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it
I
is.
love
It's
it.
like having your sous chef in the kitchen. And, you know, I always recommend to people to give your Thermomix a name because it is like a person, like that. It helps you out. It's one of the best helpers in the house. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you are already a good cook like yourself or you're somebody who's not confident with cooking. It can help everybody. So you can now make restaurant quality food, and also you're saving money by the fact that you're actually making restaurant quality food at home, but at supermarket prices. You know, it's fantastic. And the other thing is it's saving you time. For instance, with us, one of the dishes that we do is we have a fake away night instead of a takeaway night, and we'll cook Chinese style chicken. And we do the rice, the vegetables, and the chicken. And it's literally takes start to finish 25 minutes. So it's quicker than even phoning up to order your takeaway and waiting and then going and collecting it or having it delivered if you live somewhere where that does that. But yeah, it saves you time, saves you money, and the great thing as well is you're cooking from scratch. You know everything that's in your meal. And with the metabolic balance, again, another great thing for with that dish, for instance, it's your chicken, your rice, your vegetables, and you make a sauce. So if you do metabolic balance, for like myself and Andy, we'll have the chicken and we'll have the vegetables, and the rest of the family can have the rice and the sauce. And it's really easy. It doesn't matter. You're not cooking 3 or 4 different meals.
And I think, Sinead, we were talking a bit earlier, and you saying that, how you place, let's say, the food into your varoma, is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah, that's
And
right. Yes.
yeah, so yeah,
So
can
for
you explain that? Because I love this.
so this is our varoma. So it's a steamer, and it sits on the top of our bowl of our Thermomix. Just switch that in there. So in our Thermomix, we'll put in the liquid and then I can use this basket here, a simmering basket. So I can put in, for instance, my husband Andy's, I'll put in his food in here, stick on our lid, and then I'll put on the main body of the varoma. And that's where I'll put the food for the rest of the family in there. And because it's got a scale, sorry, it's got a scales inbuilt. So it means that I can weigh in Andy's food in this basket, and then I can put in the family's food, and then I can put the lid back on. I can bring it back to zero, and put in my food up here, and everything is cooking all together. And then when it comes to serving, I'm not thinking, oh, what was the weight when it was raw? What would it be now when it's cooked? Anything. I just know that that's mine on top, that's Andy's in there, and the rest in there is for the rest of the family. So it's easy. It makes the whole metabolic balance easier because it is a lifestyle change, but you can actually work it in a lot easier with what you
I
already do.
agree. I agree, because obviously I've got people in my household who aren't Thermomix or, metabolic balance focused. However, we can all eat together at the same time. It's not as if I'm making 5 different meals. It's
Yeah,
just all there, which is what I love. So,
yeah,
one of the things that that I believe, which is food as being medicine, and I honestly believe that the Thermomix is the perfect partner for metabolic balance because it literally makes everything so much easier and everything so clean. As you were
yeah.
saying earlier, we know exactly what we're putting into our system. So, like what I wanted to know is, have you noticed any beliefs or mindset shifts that you've seen happen when someone does invest in like a Thermomix?
Yeah, I definitely noticed it's helped so many people just with the clean eating and with their food, and because they're cooking from scratch, and there's not the most common preservative we'll use is salt, with our pastes and things like that. But we know everything that's in our food, everything's in the sauces, everything that's in the pace, everything like that. So it's almost it's guilt free. It's guilt free eating too, because you'll we'll say, oh, we'll have a treat and we'll have a takeaway or something like that. But is it really a treat? Because it's not really nourishing for your body. So when you're making it at home in your Thermomix, it is actually nourishing. So there is no guilt. You're not thinking, oh, I've had this now. How is that going to be? It's not really healthy. I don't know what all these numbers are on, that are in the ingredients. So it's definitely makes a shift in that respect. And it has done for me. I can have all these lovely treats, but they're nourishing treats.
And it's
And
fun
for
as
other
well,
people,
isn't it? It's
yeah, I
fun.
mean, you can't go wrong if you just follow the steps and do what you're told. They've all been tried and tested many times, and you can't go wrong. And even I made a lovely chicken lasagna the other night, and I didn't have enough tomatoes in my fridge. I was just like, right, I want something nice. I want a bit of wintry, warm food. So I made a lasagna. But I didn't have enough tomatoes, so I just substituted some mushrooms and some um, capsicum and things like that. And it just worked out fine. It worked out well. It definitely takes the stress, and it makes you a less stressful mother, wife, partner when it comes to cooking. And there's so much variety as well. The Cookie Do app, there's over 100,000 recipes. I literally had the chicken, and I just typed in chicken into my phone onto my Cookie Do app, and it came up with all these different recipes. And I had a big bag of spinach that I knew needed used up. So I thought, right, chicken and spinach lasagna, perfect. And it went down a treat.
Oh, I bet it did. I bet it did. And we were also talking a bit earlier off screen in the sense of, I know that when I've cooked just like I used to, which I don't do anymore because now I've got my Thermomix and I use it every single day, but I'll be cooking and then something goes wrong or I haven't done it quite right, and I'll get really frustrated and I'll be feeling disappointed because I really love to cook really well, and it's a really important thing for me. So then I kind of like going, and I'm getting angry or frustrated, or I don't want to cook because I don't have the time, or frustration of, being able to do the work that I have to do and then go back and, mix something or just keep an eye on it. Now with the Thermomix, what I find is it's so brilliant, especially for me who's slightly a workaholic, where I will just put the information in, do what I want to do, and then it will make a noise for me, which I know everyone laughs and goes, Lisa, you are so off. Like, this has been around forever, but it's all new to me. And I'm sure there's other people who have not got a Thermomix, where it will just sing to me and go, okay, next step. So what I do is just go over there, press the next step. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is brilliant. This is like you said, literally having an extra sous chef there creating this magic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the next step to, if you won the lottery and you won a lot of money, you'd have somebody come in and cook for you. It's, it's nearly there.
I don't think I'd see, look, hey, I don't think I'd want to, because I would want to be able to, I don't need anything. I just won the lottery. I'm just going to tell you now. My Thermomix is my little lottery, little number. And I know, John and Noel, my dear friends who have had Thermomixes forever, have always said, Lisa, the day you get one, you will know how amazing it is. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But like we said with Metabolic Balance, until you've actually experienced the program, Thermomix is the same. Until you experienced a Thermomix and had the facility to utilize it. And what I thought was it would be a lot more complicated than it is. And boy, was I so wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of
I was
people
very
have
wrong.
that misconception that it's going to be difficult and they don't want to break it, and that's where I really, really, really want to make sure people are confident with the machine, and that's one of the things I do. It doesn't matter whether you're here in Tom Price, whether you're in Parabdu, or whether you're in Perth or over in the East Coast. I hook up and make sure. I like to say is I teach you how to drive it. So, and just to make sure you're confident with it and getting the most out of it, because it is a lot of money to invest, but it's the best investment you'll make. It took me 2.5 years to decide to do it. And when I did do it, I was like, oh, I should have done this earlier. But then the timing wasn't right either. So that's where, in my belief, is you do it when the time is right. And that's when it's the most benefit for you, is when you do it. But yeah, just to make the most out of it is and it's easy. There's so much variety, and it is easy to follow. My daughter, she's been using it since she was 7. So it's not a difficult thing to get your head around. It's just you need to get out of the headspace.
Yeah. And what a legacy to leave behind for your kids, your grandchildren, and whoever else comes into your world, where they have a sense of confidence to know how to cook from scratch, which I was taught automatically, but I know a lot of people haven't been brought up like that. So just quickly, you were saying about naming your machine. One of my clients came in and she was like, Lisa, what have you named your machine? And I said, well, I can only ever call it Kath, which was my mother's name. And my mum taught me how to cook as well as I do, and taught me to be passionate about cooking from scratch. So I now call her Kath, and she's in the kitchen, which she would want to be with me.
Yeah.
And she'll be super proud of me, because she used to be beside herself with the fact that she thought I was a messy cook, whereas I can't be a messy cook with a Thermomix, because there's no way of making a mess. And I clean up all my dishes, which is just one dish, so easily and effortlessly. So that's another thing I really love about the Thermomix, and everything that has been included is literally it cleans itself. What the?
Yeah. It's got a pre-clean
Why don't
function,
people
but
tell you about
the
this?
great bit about the step-by-step as well is it's cooking, it's stirring, it's steaming, and while it's doing that, let's put away the ingredients you've already taken out. And it's really good for people who get very overwhelmed and find it difficult to follow steps, because it's difficult because they can't compute what comes next. So this takes all that guesswork away. And while it's doing that, you go, right, I've used these ingredients, I'll just pop them away. So by the time it's finished cooking, you are able to just sit down, put it on your plate and sit down and eat it. And with the pre-clean function, which is on the machine as well, you've got 5 options of the machine being able to do a quick clean before you actually do a proper clean on it. So you've got a quick clean, which is a minute, a dough clean. So if you're making your pizza dough or your breads, anything like that, it's got a special dough clean on there too. A universal clean, which is like I use that for generally most things, and if it's a bit sticky. And also we've got a fat or caramel clean, and then there's a browning clean. So the browning clean, you put in a little bit of vinegar, the water, it'll sit and it'll actually soak, and then it'll start to agitate and start to clean itself. So it's fabulous. It's like having a sous chef and a washing up person. So, and by the time then you're finished your dinner, like most of the time, all I have to do is, just take it off and get my brush in, give it a bit of a brush around, rinse it out with really hot water, and then I'm good to go again, because I'll be using it later on, or I'll be using it first thing in the morning. And everything can go in the dishwasher. I'll probably put mine in the dishwasher about once a week. Or if I've got space in my dishwasher and I want to put on a full load, because I'm one of those people, I can't put the dishwasher on unless it's full. So dishwasher or the Thermomix bowl can go in the dishwasher and things like that. So yeah, it's really handy that way. Everything is dishwasher, can be put in the dishwasher. So
yeah, no, I think it's brilliant. And you commenting about the last clean, which is the vinegar one, because I make a lot of spices. So I love Indian food or Asian food, and literally I make the spices or the paste from scratch. So the reason why I also love about the Thermomix is because I do not like all these nut oils, canola oil, how bad it is for our health, the sunflowers and all that. So I know that I can use my ghee or my coconut oil or my olive oil and know that I've got these amazing, healthy versions of paste or chicken stock or vegetable stock, which was one of the first things I did because that's what it told me to do. And now I've got little frozen, squares, and they're sitting in there so that I can enhance the food. So I love that cleaning choice was that putting the vinegar in, because the smell, I was like, oh no, I can smell that it's still sitting there, or the onion or whatever. And it literally was gone in a minute. It was just
it's a really high quality steel as well that's used, so it's really good that nothing adheres to it, nothing will stick. So if you've got anyone who's got allergies in the house, you know that if it's been cleaned properly, it's good. It's good to go. But
and you were just saying also,
I was going to say, definitely with the pastes and things like that. You talked about ghee as well. One of the most satisfying things I make in my Thermomix is ghee. You got to try. That's your next bit of homework, Lisa. Make your own ghee.
I will.
It's great. And I actually have it posted on my Sinead and Tucker, my Thermomix page. And it is one of my most satisfying things to make. So
I think you said the smell was amazing.
yeah, it's like a nutty caramel smell that comes out of it. It's beautiful. And that on top of your steamed veg, when you get into that phase on your metabolic balance, oh, it's divine. And a bit of Celtic salt. I'm getting hungry now.
I've just eaten, so it's all good. What I was going to also say to you is that I know that you will support anyone who does choose to get a Thermomix, because I know who you are. As you'd said when you contacted me regarding doing metabolic balance, Lisa, I know who you are. I know your integrity. I know your values. I know you've got my back. I know that whatever you're doing is going to be authentic and it aligns with your, beliefs and values. So that's vice versa, right back the other way, because we are very aligned with that. So I knew when I was purchasing a Thermomix that you were the one that was going to be the person that I purchased it from, because I knew you'd have my back if I needed any help, if I needed some support, if I needed to know how to make it the most out of the program, out of the Thermomix, because what I want to do is know how to make the most out of my Thermomix, because I know that I'm utilizing it a lot at the moment, but I know there's so much more I could be doing, which I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's a big learning journey. It's great. Like, there is so much. I don't think you could ever get tired of it. There's no way. And I thank you for that, because I am passionate about it because I love it, and it's definitely made a difference to me. I'm not one of these people I'm not a salesperson who can sell something that's, oh, here, this is a great opportunity, go with this. I had my machine for years before I decided to. I've only been doing it about 2 years, but I've had my machine. I've had a machine for, I think it was be coming on 8 years now. Yeah. And I love it. I do love it. And just to get the most out of it, it's fantastic, and if you use it every day, don't put it in your cupboard. It stays out. It stays out, and it's part of the family. So
it is. And like you said, the prepping as well. So I prep a lot of foods and I'll put it in the freezer for my program, for the Metabolic Balance program. So I can do all that prep in such a short time. I wouldn't even say if it's half the time. I think it's much less. So it actually creates a sense of success for myself and my clients, where they're able to prep really easily and efficiently for their program, and know that they're coming out, whatever comes out of the freezer or the fridge is going to be high quality food. And it's not like, oh, you know what, I can't be bothered eating that because it's not tasting so good. Oh yeah, it tastes amazing, correct?
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. It's not just bland. You can give it taste, give it that lovely, use your spices. And that's one of the things I would never have done before. Never have really cooked Indian, or like, I've made my own korma mix, I've made my own taco seasoning, I've made up my own Chinese 5 spice, all those things, especially taco seasoning. Like, you don't know what's really in it when you buy it in the shop. And that's one thing as well with my daughter. She's like, oh, can we have Taco Tuesday? Can we do tacos? And then before I used to be like, oh, I don't know. Like you're like, yeah, but now I know exactly what's in it, and it's like, yeah, go for it. Yeah, the spices in the pantry, just use that, and she just makes her own. So it's great.
I love that. And then just to touch on, because I know that what I was thinking was with your integrity and your values, that, you have been acknowledged through Thermomix as well for being an authentic and valued person in doing their presentations and, helping people to invest wisely with the Thermomix. So what did you tell me a few days ago that
Oh,
occurred, if you want to share? Because I'm super
oh,
proud of you because you're
well,
like me. I've won awards with Metabolic Balance and I didn't expect them. It's only because I love what I do and I'm passionate about what I do and the program that these things will follow. So let me know
yeah.
what did you
Well,
tell me?
I guess with the recognition bit, when I first started, I went to a Thermofest, which was we all get together, and I it was my very first one, and I'd only been doing it a few months really, and I got to they asked me if I would go up on stage because my I did my delivery demos, which is when you buy a machine, is where I will help you. I'll demo with you to use it, whether it's face to face or whether it's on online through Zoom or FaceTime or anything like that. My figures were the highest per sales in Australia, so they asked me if I would come up on stage and basically ask answer and tell people why it's important to me. And it is the importance for me is I want to make sure people know how to use it and get the most out of it. But recently I actually qualified for Thermofest again, which is in Fiji this year. So I can't wait. Yeah, so September you'll find me in Fiji. And but also I with our new machine coming out, the new 7 that's coming out, we have the opportunity to earn it. So they've given a couple of months to earn it and through sales. And I actually was the second person in Australia to earn my 7. So not bad for a little small town and just being in a small town, but it's great because I can reach people all over. So all over Australia. So it's, yeah.
So
Is
that's
that
in
what you're talking about?
Australia. That is
Yeah.
exactly it. And I didn't know about Fiji. Oh my God, do you need someone to
Okay.
come with you?
Yeah, sure. You can-
Don't have to ask me
oh,
twice.
yeah.
I love it. So I know that we've discussed moving forward that we're going to do a bit of cooking classes at a later stage regarding
Yeah.
metabolic balance and
Hmm.
recipes and all those wonderful ideas to then be able to support people on their
Yeah.
journey so that, people are forever asking me, so what do I do with this? What do I do with this? What do I do with this? And I'm like, oh, please bring it on. I love that. That's my favorite thing to do is create recipes. Now it's next level because it's with a Thermomix. So I'm
Yeah.
excited moving forward and we're still, getting that all sorted, but to be able to be putting recipes out and showing people how to utilize the Thermomix and metabolic
Yeah.
balance. How cool is that?
Absolutely. Yeah. And with the Cookie
Yeah.
Do app that works alongside with it, we can create those recipes and we can help people to create their recipes if they want to tweak it, put different
Yeah.
things in. We can show them how to do that too. But yeah, I can't wait to get stuck in and we'll do some dishes. That'll be lovely.
I'm excited. So what we'll do is put some details down below just in regards to this. How do people contact you, Sinead? What's the best
So
way?
I'm on I do have a little Thermomix page. I'm not I've had to break out of my shell and do the social media stuff, and I've got a page called Sinead and Tucker dash my Thermomix. So you can connect with me there, or just even connect with me on Facebook under Sinead Campion, or my mobile number as well. So 0498 But we can put the details in the comments or something like that. But
Yep, we'll
yeah,
definitely do that.
yeah, yeah,
And what we'll do is also put a little image of what the bonuses are as well, because I know
absolutely
that
yes, because This offer is on until the 2nd of June now, unless until stocks run out, basically. So it might be before the 2nd of June. But yeah, it's been a fantastic offer. It's been the best offer and best sales I've ever had since starting my Thermomix consultancy. So it's been fantastic. People who've thought about, like yourself, who've thought about it for years, have been like, yep, this is it. I'm going to give this a go. And because there's 10 years, they guarantee from the last machine, they guarantee servicing and parts for that machine for the next 10 years. So it's like, why wouldn't you? Like, for me, if I didn't already have one, I'd be definitely getting, if I didn't already have two, I'd be getting another one. So, yeah.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's a no-brainer.
And I'm
I
really
love
excited
that.
for the new machine to come out. I am, but I do love my SIG. So I'll just let you have, this is what our new machine looks like.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
black, all in black. Our TM6 is white. I know I do have a black one here, but this is the one that's on offer at the moment. This was a limited edition. So
Yeah.
they've actually did a poll, and then 70% of people said that they wanted a black Thermomix. So the new machine is now a black Thermomix. And there's a much bigger screen on there. It's got an insulated bowl. You can do some open lid cooking as well. And it also, what else is it? Yeah, it's got like one solid lid on there as well. It's going to be much easier to take on and off. So there's no side bits. It just sits independently on top of its base. So, but yeah, I love my 6, and my husband said we're not getting rid of it. So, it's staying. He loves it too. So,
I love it. I know he does. And just to quickly let you know, which I may or may not have told you, but literally I placed the order on a Monday, which I think was a public holiday.
yes.
Like I'd paid for it or something like that. I was like, here we go, off we
that
go, we're
evening.
done. By the end of that week, I had literally everything. And they were so efficient with giving me the information as to, we've received your order, we've packed your order, it's on its way. I was just like, you've got to be joking. And then I think I
Yeah.
actually physically saw you in Perth because we went and caught up. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I've got my Thermomix already. That is insane.
Yeah.
That is
I know
service
it's within a
plus.
couple of days. Within a couple of days, they're out. And also, it doesn't matter. There's different payment options as well. So, you can choose. There's quite a few different options. So you can choose to do a single payment. You can also do an easy 3, which you pay for in 3 installments over 60 days. There's Afterpay, there's Zip Pay, there's Hum Finance as well, and also there's a way of earning your Thermomix too. So you can actually become a consultant. Some people become consultants just to earn a Thermomix, and then they finish. And then other people will become a consultant and continue on and love what they're doing, and it becomes like the best side hustle, and sometimes becomes the only hustle. So there's lots of different options, and I'm happy to talk through any of those with people. But yeah, it's available for everybody. I mean, you can get one on your bench from $18.84 a week. That's and that's one of the things. And I know it's a bit of an outlay of money, but as soon as you have one, you save money. You are making your own things from scratch, and it's not complicated, and also you're not paying the big price tag. And especially, I'm gluten intolerant, my child's lactose intolerant, so for us everything's 3 and 4 different times more expensive, especially gluten free. Whereas I mill my own flours, I'll mill my rice flour, I'll mill buckwheat, I'll do semolina, I'll make all my own flours. It's so much easier to do in the Thermomix, and I don't have to buy a million different types or have a million different types of flour in the cupboard. I can literally mill it from its raw form. And the same with sugar. The only sugar I ever buy is raw sugar. I can make icing sugar, caster sugar. I have a jar of molasses in the pantry. I add some of that in and makes the most beautiful golden brown sugar. So you don't have as much. You have a lot more raw ingredients, but it makes life so much easier. You just make it as you need it.
Yeah. And I agree, you're saving a lot of money. And as I'd said to you, I'd made amazing steamed fish package parcel a few days ago, and literally it was like I was eating in a 5-star restaurant, and I definitely had not paid 5-star restaurant
Right.
prices. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it was spectacular. Like, it was melt in your mouth, and you know, the people that were here who tasted it were just like, "You've got to be joking." I went, "I know, I know."
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
insane. But there was a Thermomix that made the big difference, because I know I've done it before in the oven and it just wasn't the same. It just takes it
Awesome.
to the next level. So
Yeah.
thank you so
Yeah.
much, Sinead, for your
That's
time. I
so
know
much.
you're a busy
You're
woman,
welcome.
and I'm so grateful for you. And I just so appreciative that you were so patient with me. And I'm so happy that I messaged you the time I did and went, okay, I'm ready. What is there a good deal? So we will make sure that
I have
everyone
to
knows
say, I
about the
did laugh.
deal.
I did laugh when that came through, and I was like, "Yes, this is amazing. She's gonna love this." So I get excited. I do still get very excited, even though like I've
Yeah.
had hundreds of these machines run through my hands. I still get really excited, and I love it when people tell me how much it's changed things and
Yeah.
what they're making, and they're sending me pictures, and I've made this and I've made that, and I tried it with this, and I've changed this, and it's I love it. It's great. It is great. Yeah.
And I love that when I said that I'd got this Thermomix, I got people who had sent messages to me, try this recipe, try this recipe. This is my favorite recipe. So that inspires me, because then I know, oh, that's
There's
a good one. That one's
Yeah,
a good
there's a
one.
whole community out there. There's a whole community of people who are excited for you to, and some people go, "Oh, I spent all this money," and like, "Oh, I'm a bit ashamed." It's like, no, hell yeah, no. Everybody's like, "You gotta do this and try that." And even I was saying to you earlier, my cousin, we were talking, and he's heading down to Perth soon, and he said, "Oh, I can't wait to go to McDonald's and get a caramel frappe." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sure we could make one of those. Let's challenge it. Let's just have a little challenge and see what we can do." And then Sunday morning, he's making his own caramel sauce from scratch. And he's like, "Oh, this is amazing." And then he does makes us all the coffee frappes, and layers it all on the glass. And he's like, it was delicious. I have to say, that was very much a cheat. Um, and
You're allowed to
yeah,
have
and he's
relaxed
like,
meals.
that's it. And he's like, "Don't think I'll eat the McDonald's one." He says it's not going to be as good as this. So it kind of does ruin things for you, because you end up with much better quality.
Yeah, it ruins it, but in a positive way, yeah? And you know
Yeah,
what's going
yeah,
in there without all the nasties and the additives and everything else. So it's only top
absolutely.
quality, and that's
Yeah.
what I love. Thank you so
And
much, Sinead, for your time.
you're welcome.
I so
Thank you.
appreciate it. And my gorgeous girl, we'll put the information down. So if ever anyone wants to touch base or ask you questions,
Absolutely.
I know that
And
you're
I'm not
always more than
pushy
happy.
at all. I'm happy to answer questions and talk things through, like with yourself, Lisa. Like it was, we chatted through the years about it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very much. And as I say, when the time is right for somebody, and it might never be right, and it might be right today, it might not be right ever. It's one of those things. But I'm happy to answer questions, and give my honest opinion and experience. So yeah,
Yeah, I love that. Thanks a lot, Sinead.
thank you.